Ho'oponopono, Jarvagwan, Namaste, house, ush, pa. Welcome home, my family, loving you, so nice to see you, my brothers, my sisters, so nice to be with you now. I just had the most amazing session with Harry. I love his style of massage and his combination of energy work and just all that he does. Oh my God, I'm leaving feeling so good. I did a 90-minute session. I just had such a nice time. I went picking a little bit today. I'm sorry I didn't really do videos. I tried to start off doing a video, but I was like, I deleted it. I was like, stupid. I had some really beautiful stuff come up in session. The energy of Jesus Christ stepped through, and I'm guided to go this way. And I also had this energy come up in my throat, where it was like all this pain in my neck, and it felt like all this story that I wasn't loved and cared for in the way that the whole body needed, and my voice was silenced and unheard, and the emotions were suppressed, and I never felt like I was enough, right? Guys are always cheating and looking at pornography, and I was just never enough, or they were always looking at other girls, or never happy just being with just me, right? So I've always been looking for that spiritual connection, that true love, that true essence of real love that's just infinite, never ending, and unconditional. And I've experienced it on my way, where I felt that way towards someone else, and I have attempted to love everybody that way, and it's been very challenging to step into that power. And I was angling at something. I guess the angle is more so of stepping out of the perversions and stepping more into the true essence of it. And let's go backwards, right? So I felt all these tensions in my body, just where I it almost felt like if I had to narrate it, it was I was a baby, and maybe I was crying, and just at that time nobody heard me, or nobody came for me, or something happened. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it was at daycare, who knows? But it felt like that, and that I wasn't cared for, and that my voice was silenced, and that I was just so deep into this sorrow. And I had this subconscious programming of that I'm not enough, that I had to have money, or I had to have stuff, or I had to have tea, I had to see, I had to hear, my senses, all of that stuff. So that started stepping through, and then I started stepping through this really beautiful download, you could say, of information, because I'm in my eyes closed, just breathing, and I'm getting this message from you could say the Holy Spirit, or Jesus Christ, God, and the message is about me being okay with just breathing, finding a way to just shine radiance of happiness just from breathing, that is enough, that I am enough, that's just enough. And then I started imagining death, and what it's on the other side, and being in that eternal rest, and just I imagined these feelings of bliss. And then I started accessing all these other states of consciousness that felt like I was having DMT activations within my brain, just through breath work and through activating the central nervous system. And it was just so phenomenal and nourishing. And paying for this massage also made me realize the places that I like being touched, right? I really love my feet touched. And it also made sense why as a kid I didn't just want anybody touching my feet, you know what I mean? That's why I'm very selective of the healers and the people that I work with. And it's nothing so much personal, it's the message of Aquarius. It's very difficult to translate into words this entire moment, so I think sitting in silence would help. But do you see how happy I am, and just how moved by the Spirit I am, and just how much transformations have happened? I've entered this state of bliss, okay? So I used to have these super insecurities and this conditioned thoughts, and who am I bullshitting? And I'm this is yesterday, right? Used to. But so I'm entering this state of being completely content with just myself. Yes, I love the idea of love and like having this person that super loves me, and especially like a person that I can love and that like I want to give my love to and serve, and like that energy, right? Like, but I don't want to be needed, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to be mommy, but I also like, yeah, I'm just like this special type of like loving person, and I just have all this energy, and I know the world needs it, so I know that God's gonna put me with like who needs this, right? My medicine, like all this. And I'm so proud of like the boundaries that I've created and I've found through like the hard way of suffering and like getting my own toes stepped on and not loving myself and not trusting others, and trusting others to love me in ways that they were incapable of serving. So that's been intense. Like having to say, I'm sorry, Trina, that I didn't know better. I thought that everybody loved the way that, you know, mom does, or like, I don't know. There's like this still like childhood innocence within me, and I'm very touched by it. And I think that me not watching television and listening to the radio and being a part of society in all the ways that are so like shoved down our throats and in our minds, I think that that's really helped. Plus having like a really great social network. Like I'm so grateful for my current boyfriend. If it wasn't for him, like honestly, the funny part is if he wouldn't have broken up with me, like he broke up with me, and I got like super depressed, and I kind of like got like OCD about like getting into things that he was into, such as yoga, and then like now like I've taken yoga to another level, like the yoga of consciousness, and I can only thank Joy Sagar also from Casadega, this amazing psychic. He predicted I would show up at the Amber Institute. He predicted future events. I enjoyed him so much. I would love to work with him more. I would absolutely love to work with him more. I'm going to see what I can do. That's all that I can do. So I have to work on grounding myself. We are electromagnetic beings. Have you noticed like how disconnected from society? Like, I can barely put into words. Like, society used to be another way, right? Like there used to be like natural growing grass everywhere. And like now we have like selective areas, you could say. Oh man, I'm feeling all these feelings. With them. Riding around downtown right now, Saint Augustine. Energy feels kind of chaotic, and I'm like, oh, why am I putting myself through this? Part of me wants to go shopping. I got this ego that like has this hole and wants all these things just to like give them away. I really want to build. Like I think that if I owned my own house and I had like a spot, that I think that I would build something, right? Like maybe have like a business room, right? Like a separate room to do Kambo ceremonies in, or something like that, you know. I'm so like happy to be alive right now. What's going on? Why is there no lanes that says that I can do this? I'm doing this, I have to. I'm kind of hungry. Questioning the stuff I have at home. Questioning if I should like buy more foods. Which I'm like, I kind of don't want to, because I want to save money. But also like the things that I'm craving, like I'm craving like tacos. So I'm like, should I buy some shells, like some organic type shells or something? Because right now all I got is like vegetables. I got like zucchini, garlic, I want to say chives. I think they're chives. Something that I planted in the garden I keep like ripping and then re-eating and all that. I'm really good at learning lessons the hard way. That's the truth. My ego told me, oh, we just did a massage, now we feel really great, now we can go back out into the world, and like now we can stop and see Brian and go do this, and maybe shop and pick up this cup, or do this and do that. But now that I'm like experiencing the drive itself, I'm like, oh, why did I go this way? I just put myself through all this unnecessary extra driving. Feels like there's like a pimple forming like right here. It's kind of painful. I need to like drink a lot more water. A lot more. I haven't been drinking water. I read this article today though that talked about mask and about how it reduces, like I already said this right in the earlier videos, just know that this has been proven, that it like reduces the oxygen rate by like 19% and can like instantly cause brain damage. So know that, okay? I imagine they've been suffocating our oxygen for a long time, which is why like Alzheimer's and all that stuff's happening. We're not getting, I don't know, I'm imagining a bunch of different possibilities. But I mean, come on, Alzheimer's and mercury, I'm pretty sure has like a proven link. So if they're spraying little tiny particles of mercury, or excuse me, not mercury, maybe it is mercury too, but aluminum. I meant aluminum. I personally for sure meant aluminum, but I think that mercury might do the same thing. Well, I don't want to fight or really get into it. Definitely need to do yoga more, like actual asanas and postures. I also could totally benefit from some like paid gigs. Paid. And also from like a stable society. You know? Like that's not gonna go underwater or whatever, right? Truthfully, I really like the idea. However, I keep being guided spiritually that I'm supposed to stay light. Just stay light and don't get so attached to stuff. But enjoy my freedom while I can and enjoy every moment, like enjoy this moment like it's the last, right? That's also really difficult though, because like sometimes my inner kid's like, hey, I want a new car. A white car that's really pretty, really, really pretty, and looks like a rich people's fancy car. And I want it covered in stickers. I do super love my car. Just like, my car definitely needs some love. I got an appointment at the Honda dealership, so that'll be really fun. It's gonna cost $20 to rotate the tires, I heard, and then like $30 or something like that to do an oil change, maybe like 25. Imagine tax and all that. I usually do it myself and my boy Confucius just right now. And like, he's got the equipment, he basically does all the work. He lets me do like the parts that I can do. Just guess I'm gonna just bite the bullet, you could say. Or just deal with it. My pedals to the metals. Just deal with it and pay the fee and put the love into my car, and they'll also do like a free checkup and all that stuff, you know, while they're at it, because they really want me to pay them. Oh, you guys, oh my god, I wonder if this organic food market is open. It's like the only one in our city. It's called Diane's for those that aren't local and that watch this channel. I might be curious, but it's called Diane's Natural Market. My inner kid is a little tempted to go there if they're open, and it totally seems like they are. So let's just investigate, cause like, yeah, I'll admit it's I want to be like, it's pretty expensive, but also like, again, they have stuff that like people don't have at all the shops, and it's like one place, and you support a private person. All that stuff. Oh, dude, this license plate says EFT. Totally doesn't seem like it was on intentional either. I'm going up here, and I'm gonna go even more extreme and go here. Ooh. Ew. I feel like I'm not supposed to go here. I'm supposed to save money, but still, like, my curiosity makes me want to go in there. And look, I'm also really hungry. I know they have some really good stuff, like chicken salads and stuff that I could eat right now. Let me check. Ugh. It's this so bad, it just bled. I'm healing, just still dealing with stuff. I'm very thankful for those in my life. Shout out to Luna. Oh my god, I just listened to her message today. I feel bad because it took me a few days to actually listen to the message, if not a week. That's how bad it is. Imagine, I don't even have space for like a loving, kind friend. Like, been so out of it. I don't know if they're gonna require the mask or what it's like. So let's go find out. Hush, hush, oosh, oosh.